Yeah, good morning, everyone. Bright and early here on a Tuesday morning, 10 a.m. Central. I see we've got people on from all over the country, so it's everywhere from 8 a.m. to 11, depending on where you're at today. Thank you for joining us. My name is Steve Maria with Insurance Agency Marketing Services. Our webinar today is our most popular topic by far, which is Social Security claiming. There's good reason for that, which we'll get into shortly. But of course, there's a reason why you are all here. To learn more about Social Security this morning, and that's something that I think is industry-wide. A lot of folks have interest in gaining more knowledge regarding Social Security. We're fortunate we have with us today Dave Pemper. He's the president of Lazarus Coaching. He also is a regular top producer in his own right, and he has spent a lot of time, last 12, 13, 14 years now, working with his clients and being introduced to new clients via his knowledge on or expertise level on Social Security claiming. So it's going to be a great webinar today. Dave will go over probably the top 4 or 5 topics that can help you on 60, 70, 80% of the questions that you might have that would arise on Social Security. He's going to give you the opportunity to gain more knowledge there if that's something that you're interested in doing. And I think most importantly for many of us today that are on, he is going to present to us a couple of opportunities to meet some new clients with the valuable Social Security knowledge and expertise that we can gain. So great webinar today. A couple things that I want to mention before we get started. You have opportunity to type in a question and we will try and get it answered for you. And also there will be a couple of polls that will pop up. I would ask that on those polls, just quickly answer if you can for us so we can keep moving along. And do not be afraid to put a no in there. We offer a lot of different things there. We're just trying to gauge interest. And so by all means, don't be afraid. If it's something of interest, let us know. If it's not of interest to you at all, just put no on that poll. And that way we won't have anyone from our team give you a call, at least not on this subject. So let's get rolling here today. I'm going to go over a couple things that we do here at IAMS that can help you. We've got about probably 10 or 12 folks on with us today that are very new to IAMS. And so I want to make sure that many of you are aware of the new producer builder program that we have and are taking advantage of it. For those newer people, I want you to pay some special attention to like the 750 level or even the 500 level, where we do mailings on seminars, Social Security seminars, radio. There's some ways that we can help you grow your business. We can get you in front of 50 folks guaranteed for Social Security seminars, because we're going to talk about that today. But bottom line is when you're in your first 6 months of being appointed with IAMS and you do business, we put a kind of a high level of benefit to you in getting to that next level by giving you some ways to grow your business. Now you can see too that we put some straight incentives. If you want to have a Ritz-Carlton weekend with the guests, we can arrange that. We have some cash payouts, but a lot of them are designed to help you grow your business. A couple other programs that many of you are aware of, but some of you may not be. The RPM program is our most popular program. It's a way for you to get rewarded when you refer folks to us. Like you, our business over the past 36 years or better now has really been, has had the benefit of growth via referrals. That's been the main way that we've grown our business. And about 12, 13 years ago, we put a referral bonus program in place. So if you refer somebody and they do business, we're going to pay you a bonus based on the business that they do. We pay those out quarterly. Some of you know, just look at our attendee list. Some of you on here know that some of you we pay out monthly. If that check gets to be where it's going to be more than a couple grand a month, we're going to send that to you monthly. But most of those checks go out on a quarterly basis. Marketing reimbursement is a great program too. It's very simple. You do business, we put money in your marketing reimbursement account, then you do things to grow your business marketing wise, and we match your spend dollar for dollar. So it kind of doubles the duty of your marketing dollars. Everybody is doing e-apps now. Did a recent, we just looked recently, and about 60% of our applications now are coming in via e-app. I know that that's going to continue to grow because it's just a much better and easier way to do business, and much quicker. And frankly, through the pandemic, it was kind of important to have that. But since then, I think folks that have gotten used to that just wouldn't do it any other way. What I wanted to make sure that you're all aware of is that we can do e-apps right from our website with most of the annuity carriers. It's called a single sign-on to Firelight, and Firelight is the EAP system that most every carrier uses. And now you can get onto our website, just go in and sign on. I would recommend just call your sales director and say, hey, I want to get signed on to be able to do EAPs on a single sign-on for your website. They'll show you where to find that. And it takes literally 2 minutes to register, and then it takes us about 15 minutes, 20 minutes or so to approve it. We just have to make sure that your license and training and things like that are done, and then we approve you to do your business on our website. That way you don't have to go to 6 or 7 different websites when you're doing EAPs. You can just do it all from our website, so it'll save you a lot of time. And right now, applications by these carriers are being handled about 3 or 4 days quicker when you do it via EAP. Makes a lot of difference to the carriers that it comes in as an EAP, and so they put a lot of priority on that. And frankly, within a couple of years, I don't know that you'll be able to do business not via EAP the way that things are going. So keep that in mind and let us help you through your first app or two and make it easy on you. We've got a great advertising team. Call your sales director and let them know what we're doing, what you'd like to do, and they'll let you know what we're doing to help people grow their image and their overall footprint in their area. And we can help you do the same, whether it's just with your clients or with it's on a wider basis as well. We've got a great team to help with that. Retirement Analyzer is a great piece of software, and it's designed to help you help your clients find out where they are on their retirement journey. And what we did about 12, 13 years ago now is we basically decided to start paying for that for our guys and gals that are producing. So if you are currently a producer with IAMS, we're going to take care of that cost with you, even if, and there's a few of you aboard with us today probably that have not done that first piece of business. But if you want to try the Retirement Analyzer, call Marcus or call Justin and just say, hey, I'd like to try it out. I was on the webinar with Steve today, and he said that I could try it out for 30 days, even though I haven't done business with you at no cost. And so get access to it, give it a shot. You can see on the screen before you some of the questions you can answer and kind of what that output looks like. For your A, B, and C customers, I think you'll be really impressed with how it grows your relationship with them and grows the potential for new business with them. And again, we're going to take care of that cost. And you could test it out at no cost. Even if you haven't done business, do one on yourself, do it on one of your A clients that you already have a lot of that information on that you need to run it, see what it looks like. I think you'll be impressed. I'd love to have y'all join us in South Carolina. We're going to be at the sanctuary at Kiowa Island. I was there a few years back, and it's a beautiful, beautiful property. There's a lot to do there. You can see we've got a golfer on the slide, and that's because they've got 3 or 4 golf courses right on that property, one of them PGA level. But there's so much to do there, whether you're interested in spending time at the beach or around the pool or visiting some of the other local areas around there. It's just a beautiful area of the country. Our top 20, we're going to spend some extra time with in Charleston, which is about 25 miles away. It's an easy visit if you want to swing in there while you're there. But for our top 20, we're going to spend a few extra days at a beautiful hotel called the Charleston Place and explore Charleston a little bit more closely with that group. We'd love to have all of you join us. Still plenty of time to qualify. Qualification ends on 12 of 23 right at the end of December. Takes 4.5 million to qualify points. You get 1 point per annuity dollar. You get about 11, 12 points per life target dollar, and everything that you do with IAMS counts towards qualification. So we'd love to have you join us. So let's get right to the heart of the matter now at Dave Pimper. I didn't take much time to introduce you. I let you know that Dave is coach with Lazarus Coaching. He's also a regular top producer. Dave has been in the business, I think, a couple years longer than me. I got in the business in '84, and I think Dave got in the business in '81 or '82. So he's got 42 years of experience, about 570 seminars in front of clients. He's about 35 years of radio experience at one level or another. And like you, most of his day with his team is spent getting in front of clients and finding ways to help them reach their retirement goals and get to the business levels that he wants for his business, and just a really top level marketer. So great to have him on board with us, and he's helped many of our producers get to the level of business that they wanted to get to, whether it was via seminars. He's got 8 retiree mistake seminar system that he's used, radio, Retirement Boss Radio that he developed. And of course, as I mentioned at the outset, he's been the about the past 12 or 13 years, meeting a lot of new prospects based on his expertise with Social Security claiming and seminars and radio. So we're going to talk about all that today. And I wanted you to know at the outset that the person you're getting ready to get some information from is someone that is in the trenches just like you and has a lot of experience doing just what you're doing. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to Dave Pimper, the president of Lazarus Coaching.
Thanks, Steve. I appreciate that kind introduction, and thanks a lot for everybody being on the webinar with us today. We're going to talk about Social Security, and it's interesting because you don't make money from Social Security, do you? Giving advice? No, you don't. But when you start fact finding and finding the things that you need to know to find out when they need to claim, all of a sudden you're uncovering assets, and that's what this is all about. Knowing Social Security is something that most advisors in our industry really don't have a good handle on. So let's go through, talk a little bit about Social Security claiming, and know that through IAMS, Insurance Agency Marketing Services, and Dave Pimper, we together, we offer Social Security 3 different ways to our clients. 2 of them, of that education, is paid for by IAMS. In fact, Steve, I don't know if he's still on the line or not. Steve, are you still there or not?
Sure, absolutely.
So Greg B up in the Northeast, I think it's New Jersey, but I was just talking to him, and he was, he has done, it had success, but then he kind of did some other things, but we've been in conversation, and he says, hey, I heard Social Security is hot right now. And the interesting thing is, I don't know if you say hot, but we're certainly getting, Steve, I mean, with our marketing, we're getting a lot of people to those presentations, aren't we?
Bigger numbers than ever. The opportunity right now it's just unavoidably good. I mean, we just, I think of Jimmy, does his Social Security.
Don't say those numbers, but he's down in Florida. And Florida's supposed to be, and you know what?
It's a hard area.
Our guy on the East Coast, and that's supposed to be he said, Dave, and he did it with somebody else, and all of a sudden he's doing it with us, and he's saying, I gotta admit, don't you love it when someone says I gotta admit? That means they didn't think it ever happened, but they're getting a lot. Yeah. No, so it's exciting, but IAMS pays for that. If you like this, like Greg, he knows Social Security, but I said, do you want coaching? And he said, I do. He said, I know there's been some new things, and I want to get brushed up on it. And he said, is there a cost for that? And I said, no, IAMS pays for that coaching, which is pretty darn nice. So you can do it through seminars, you can do it through radio, and then you can do it just one-on-one and pay for it. Pay $800, and I'll coach you up on Social Security. So whatever way you want to do it's great with us. But I will say this: it's pretty nice having the number of appointments after a Social Security workshop. So let's do this. Let's just got to get going here. If you have any questions, type them on in. I'll be more than happy to handle those for you. This comes from CNBC, from Sarah O'Brien, word for word. It says most retirees get little advisor help on Social Security. A majority of older Americans get no professional advice. None. About a key part of retirement planning. What is Social Security? Even if they work with a financial advisor. Yeah, most advisors just don't understand. That's including CPAs, lawyers, and bankers. So this is a test only 1 of 300 seniors could ace. We're going to take it. We're going to take it today. So let's see how you do, okay? So take this test with me. First question. To maximize your monthly Social Security checks, at what age must you claim benefits? To maximize your monthly Social Security checks, say you're single, and you just want the one biggest benefit, what age would you start your Social Security? If you guessed full retirement, you're wrong. That's your full benefit. To get your biggest benefit, there we go, to get your biggest benefit, it is age 70. Yep, to get your biggest benefit. What's the earliest age you can receive survivor's benefits if you're not disabled? What's the earliest age you can receive survivor's benefits if you're not disabled. All right, that answer down, it's 60. 2 years before, it's 62 when everybody else can take. Does your spouse need to receive benefits for you to qualify for spousal benefits? That's a tricky question. Does your spouse need to receive benefits for you to qualify for spousal benefits? Yay or nay? Yeah, that person does. 4, can divorced spouses receive spousal benefits? Interesting question. Can divorced spouses receive spousal benefits? Write your answer down. This is a quiz. We're taking a test. Yes, you can. And that's if 4 stipulations are met. So if you guess yes, you got it right. But now you got to guess 2 of the 4 stipulations. What moons and stars have to line up for divorced spouses to receive a spousal benefit? Write down all 4 if you know them, but get 2 of them right, and I'm going to give you this answer. So here's what it is. Here's the 4 stipulations. First of all, the marriage had to last at least 10 consecutive years. Secondly, you're unmarried. Not the ex, but the person getting the benefits unmarried. Ex-spouse was 62, divorce was 2 years ago or longer. If you got 2 of those right, I'm going to give you that answer, but all 4 of them have to be right to be able to use it. So they can. And then last quiz question, are you eligible for survivor's benefits if you're divorced? Are you eligible for survivor's benefits if you are divorced? Answer? Yep. Those 4 stipulations. Remember the 4 stipulations? Been married 10 years consecutively, currently unmarried, ex at least 62, divorced 2 years ago or longer. So how did you do on those 5 questions? If you took it, hopefully you did. Most people get 1 or 2 right. They don't get them all right. I did when I took it. But you know what? Most people out there, if we're advisors and we don't know Social Security, how in the heck can the average person know Social Security? They can't. They truly cannot. And we're here to help them. So how important is Social Security? 59% of retirees count their Social Security benefit to be the major source of income, more than pensions, more than 401ks, more than savings. Over half, almost 2/3. You know, if a not counting Social Security, people who are not yet taking Social Security, half of the people in the United States could not pay their monthly bill if they lost their job. Almost 60% of people would be in towards poverty if it wasn't for Social Security and retirement. That's how important it is. It's not going away. They might make some changes, the government, but it's not going away. It's just too important of a program. 70 million people out of 332. That means 20% of every man, woman, and child gets currently a Social Security benefit. Get a load of this slide. Doing this one thing with your Social Security could mean losing $100,000 in retirement. Doing this one thing with your Social Security could mean losing $100,000 in retirement. That's something. That is something. From Jana Heron. So, right from the article, how much does claiming Social Security at the wrong time cost you? Retirees will lose an average, not the highest, an average of $111,000 in income per household over their lifetime. Why? Because they took Social Security benefits at the wrong time. Unbelievable. Only 4% of retirees took benefits at the financially optimal age. And it isn't just wait to 70. That may not be the optimal age. Okay? So that's how much retirees are leaving. So Social Security was started in 1935 by Franklin Delano Roosevelt, FDR. 65 was the only age you could take Social Security in the beginning. Now you can take as early as 62, and you want to take by the time you're 70. Back then, 87, 88 years ago, average longevity age was age 62, and they could take it at 65. What an actuarial great thing for the government. Completely different now that you're living nearly to your age 80 on a newborn. Cost of living started at 75. We had a big cost of living last year, 5.9%, even bigger this year, 8.7%. 83 was the first year of taxation. If you made above certain brackets, was raised in 93 by Bill Clinton. There isn't big changes every year. Full retirement age changes, COLAs changes. There aren't many more changes. But the Bipartisan Budget Act didn't have a big change of file, suspend, and restricted. That was in 2015, implemented on January 1 of 2016. So if you just want to know this, it's a retirement plan, of course, but just Social Security 101, there's 3 ages or dates that are important. Everything goes from full retirement age. Right now, full retirement age is anywhere between 66 and 67, depending on your birth date or how old you are. If you take early, you can take as early as 62. The earlier you take, the bigger the discount. You get the benefit now is a good thing, but it's discounted for the rest of your life. If you wait later than full retirement age, the great thing is it grows and grows and grows and grows, and you got to turn it on by 70. You don't have to, but you just lose the benefit after that. So yeah, turn it on. Good thing is it's bigger. Bad thing is you haven't gotten any money between 66 and 70. Of course, you can turn it on and whenever you want to. It's done all on a monthly basis. Can Social Security have a huge value? Darn right it can if you claim at your right time. Not the right time, not a right time. Those are the slides in the seminar that we're going through today. We're not going through all of the slides. We're going through some of them. But I tell you right now, knowing Social Security, it gives you a power that few advisors have. Really understanding a subject that 94% of all retired people participate in. Not 94% of the people participate in fixed index annuities or life insurance or stocks or bonds or mutual funds. No, but 94 participate. And that's why we have such darn high participation and attendance when we have those Social Security seminars. I'll tell you right now, I'm a pretty good advisor. I've done it for over 40 years. But the reason I'm pretty good is I see so many people. My calendar is filled up with appointments. In fact, it just sometimes it gets to, it's hard for me to see all the people. And what a great feeling is that. It's just, so if somebody doesn't want to do it, yeah, I don't enjoy it. I know that I've got 10 appointments behind it in the next 2-3 days. So I'm a big marketer. If you'd like to participate or get some information on that, at the end we're going to have a poll. You just want to mark yes. I'd love to talk to you. This is not a big sales job. It's my kind of education of Social Security, and I've done over 550 public seminars. So I'm very consistent at what I do, and pretty good from a production side because of getting in front of so many people. You can too. Trust fund has 2.8 trillion, ran a deficit last year of 56 billion. When you hear about Social Security going broke, they're talking about the trust fund. If that went broke, now it's just you're relying on the payroll taxes of 6.2% that you put in and 6.2% that your employer pays. If you're self-employed, you're going to get popped from both ends on that. That's what funds Social Security. It only goes into the trust fund if it runs a deficit, which it has lately. So if the trust fund went bankrupt in 10, 12 years, you know what? We'd get about 25% less on our money. It'd still be coming in, but there'd be a reduction. Will that happen? Never. You're never supposed to say never. I'm going to say it's just not going to happen. Too many people rely on it as their sole source of income. It shouldn't be, but they do. not going away. They're going to make some changes. They're either going to tax more, which I'm not in favor of, or they're going to raise the retirement age, which I'm in favor of. Hey, don't touch us, though. If you're over 55 or 60, don't touch us. Or maybe over 50, don't touch us. My two kids, both sharp kids, Sam, who works on Medicare side, Liz, my daughter, 33, she's in a marketing director for an engineering firm. If you ask them, they think Social Security be there, they'll tell you no. So who cares if their full retirement age goes up to 70? Just don't touch ours, right? You darn right. Here's the facts. It's a pay-as-you-go system through payroll taxes, yes. Or FICA, called FICA, Federal Insurance Contributions Act. USA does borrow against those treasury certificates that they're called special issue treasury bonds, non-interest rate. They don't have any MVA, market value adjustment from interest rates. You know, SVB, Silicon Valley Bank, I mean, hardly anybody heard about it before. Now it's on the tips of everybody's tongue in the financial industry. The bank went broke. It went into receivership. FDIC took it over. Government took it over. Covered all the debt. They only needed to up to $250,000, but they covered all of the depositors, not debt, but depositors. But you know what happened there? They lost liquidity because of the run on the bank, and they had to go start selling bonds, government guaranteed bonds. Interest rates going up, bond prices went down. They sold each one at a loss, and they got in trouble for reserves. That's what happened. In the Treasury, there is no. They can sell as many bonds they want. They get par for every single bond. It's not a Ponzi scheme. No one has. It's never lost money. They've always gotten their benefit. So 40 quarters of coverage of what you need. Those are earnings or revenue wage quarters. You need 40 of them. It's $1,610. You make $1,610, and you know what? You just earned yourself a quarterly credit. You can get up to 4 of those a year. If you earn $6,440, you get 4 credits. You need 10 years of those. They don't have to be continuous, but you need 10 years to get your 40 credits. Now all of a sudden you got a benefit. If you have less than that, you don't get a benefit. So when you're figuring out your Social Security benefit, first of all, you need those 40 quarters. The more you make, the more you earn. There is a limit. This year it's $160,200. If you make more than that, you're not paying into Social Security. You do on the taxation of 1.45% with Medicare, but you don't Social Security. Interesting. So you got to be a pretty good earner, but they don't pay above that. So the more you make, the bigger it is up to that amount. So it's earnings over your working career. If you take a full retirement age, you're going to get your full benefit, 100% of your benefit. If you take earlier, can't take any earlier than 62, but 62 to full retirement age, yeah, it's going to be discounted. If you wait longer, it's going to increase. Last year, 5.9% inflation. This year, it was 8.7. FRA, full retirement age. Social Security Administration loves acronyms. FRA, full retirement age. When you get your full benefit, 100% of your benefit, your normal benefit, it's all the same. If you're born from 43 to 54, your full retirement age is age 66. I was born in 55. Mine's 66 years and 2 months. Born in 56, 4 months. 57, 6 months. All the way up to 1960 and later, 67. That is your full retirement age. A baby born today, as far as Social Security is concerned, full retirement age, 67. What's the big deal if we raise that to 70? Not for us, not maybe for people over 50, but anyone who's younger. And phase it in over the next 10 years. They did that back in the 80s with Reagan. Tip O'Neill was Speaker of the House on the Democratic side. They crossed aisles, made it a bipartisan vote, and made it work for taxation. It's hard to do that today. There isn't much bipartisanship. There's partisanship, but not much in Congress across the aisle on bipartisan, but they should. It's very, very important. Who cares? My kids don't care if they're raised to 70. They don't think they're going to get the benefit anyway. That's my opinion. So just so you know. Take earliest discounted. Look up. Full retirement age going to be discounted anywhere from 25 to 30% if you take it age 62. And by the way, that age is the biggest age for people taking benefits. Wow. If you wait longer, you're guaranteed 8%. You know what? My full retirement benefits around $3,000. It was almost 2 years ago. The first year I let it grow, I guaranteed 8% on that money. Plus, that's $240. Plus, I got a 5.9% inflation. You know what? My benefit in 1 year raised $400. Then the next year I get 8% again. I'm in that year right now. It's earning 8.7% for inflation. That's 16.7. How would you like to be guaranteed an investment? 16.7%. My benefit's going to grow another $500 this year. That's $900 in 2 years. It's a pension. I did it in 2 years by just waiting to collect my benefit. Not for everybody, but if it fits, it's like Cinderella's slipper. Hey, if you got a question, type it in. We're going to be more than happy to answer those questions for you. Any kind of question you have on Social Security, type it in. And you know what? And of course, I go through this on a peripheral kind of a global view. When we're coaching together, we get into the weeds of things. We talk about all the ancillaries and detours, okay, and we role play. I mean, I want, and you could use me as a resource. Having a coach, there's a lot of people that do seminars on Social Security, and IAMS has got other providers that do that, and they're good, but they don't offer a coach. And that coaching IAMS pays for from a Social Security standpoint. If you want sales training or training on something else, RMDs or in-service transfers, no, I'm going to charge on that. But you know what? For the Social Security part, 100% of it's paid for by IAMS, which is pretty cool. Not the seminar itself, but the coaching to get you coached up in learning Social Security. That coach, I'm telling you right now, you're not going to get that hardly anywhere else when it comes to a field marketing organization or a program like ours. So let's talk about the Social Security benefit with spouses. Okay, if you're married, have a spouse. First of all, do you have to ask for this benefit, or is it done automatically, do you think? Everybody gets this wrong because everybody's going to say, got to ask for it. You don't. It's done automatically. Big brother, Uncle Sam knows that you're married, and it's called the deeming rule. They're going to give you the higher of. But here's what happens is, PIA stands for primary insurance amount. That's the amount at your full retirement age. Dave's is $2,400. Amy's is $1,000. Dave takes his. Amy takes hers. The higher one gets $2,400. The lower one gets $1,000. All of Amy's, or she can take half of Dave's. Remember, as long as Dave is taking. What's higher, $1,000 or half of Dave's? Half of Dave's. It's $200 higher. That's a spousal top up of $200. She gets her own benefit of $1,000. That $1,200 is $200 more, $2,400 more in a year's time. It's done automatically. Cool. Survivor's benefit. My wife, I love this. She always says nobody gets out of here alive. That's true. Maybe spiritually you go on forever, but not physically. There's a mortality with human beings. Who dies first? Normally the guy. Not fair, but that's true. 75% of the time, the guy dies first. Yeah. So Dave's benefits $2,000. Amy's benefits $1,200. Dave dies. Amy has a couple options here. She can just leave everything the same, and she gets her $1,200. She could say, I don't want my $1,200. I want to jump up to Dave's. She gets $2,000. She can't take them both. There's only one benefit available, and that would be leaving hers and jumping up to Dave's. That extra $800 is a survivor top-up benefit. Have to ask for it or done automatically? This one does have to be asked for. If you don't ask for it, you don't get it. It's biblical. You don't ask, you don't receive. There's also a survivor benefit where you can, remember, file and suspend was done away with the Bipartisan Budget Act of 2015, except For survivor benefits, there still is file and suspend. You can file for the widow's benefit and let your survivor benefit grow all the way to 70. Or you can take your benefit and let the survivor benefit grow, but it doesn't grow after full retirement age. So there's a lot of spinning plates that go on, and we coach you through all of those. And there's a book to read, and we get about 20 attachments. Yeah, pretty cool. Divorce spouse benefits, one of the biggest benefit left on the table. Remember those 4 things that we quizzed you on in the beginning? Here's what you have to do to use your ex as if you're still married to him. And remember this, there's many more options with married couples than there are single. The marriage lasted 10 consecutive years or longer. You're currently unmarried. Your ex is at least 62. Divorce was 2 years ago or longer. And don't forget that file and suspend. Absolutely, you could do it on survivor's benefits too with divorced. Coordinating spousal benefits. I haven't had one come up here in quite a while, probably 6 months, but there is still such a thing as restricted application or coordinating a spousal benefits. File and suspend was phased out over 6 months. Restricted application is being phased out over 8 years, and it ends on December the 31st of this year. So we really only have about 9 months left. Have to be born before January 2nd. This is just hardly anyone is going to use this, so I'm going to go through this quickly. It's going to make your head spin. Dave's PIA, that says your primary insurance amount. The amount at full retirement age is $2,400. Amy's is $1,000. Amy takes her $1,000 benefit. Dave wants to let his grow to 70. Instead of just getting that 8%, he files and restricts his. He still gets the 8%, but now he gets half of Amy's, even though he's letting his grow and not taking it. How amazing is that? Half of Amy's is $500 over 9 months. Yeah, it's real money. You get an extra $4,500 check. Pretty kind of a big deal, but just time is running out on that. Remember I talked about Social Security personnel, what they can and cannot do? Well, they can give you your highest benefit at a certain age. Here's what your benefit's going to be at 62. Here's what your benefit is at 66. Here's what your benefit is at 70 or 68. Whatever it happens to be, that they can do that. They cannot scenario plan. They cannot give you advice. In fact, this comes right from their manual, employee manual. Provide enough information so that claimants can make informed choices, but do not give advice. How wild is that? I asked my CPA, lawyer, and banker, all up in age, back 10 years ago when I learned Social Security, who they went to with their clients for advice. Each one of them said Social Security Administration. They can't give advice. They can give out what your benefit's worth at a certain age. That's it. We give advice. That's why it's so strong. It's not a standalone income stream. And we're going to go through a slide of wages and pensions and RMDs and other assets. Flexible, more flexible than other income streams. You can start it when you want to, claiming at your right time, not the right time. And the survivor benefit certainly changes the break even. My mom is 99. Dad died at 82. Well, the break even has certainly changed. It isn't. The break even goes way out there from a survivor benefit standpoint. Here's the 5 pillars of income. I use this to go in and I've got it in a sheet form, and I write down when I'm fact finding all the wages, all the pensions, all the income producing assets, all the investments, and the RMDs are now at 73. And Social Security, how they complement each one of those. That number 3 is the money maker for us. That's where we do the business. The rollover 401k, the rollover 403b, the in-service thrift savings plan, bank guaranteed money, etc. God, there's just a lot to consider. All the different benefits that there are. It's complicated. Remember, there's 3 ways you can learn Social Security from us. I mean, IAMS and Dave Pimper being the coach. You can do it through seminar marketing, and it's a hot topic right now. I think people were tired of being cooped up. We're getting as many, if not more, people than pre-pandemic numbers. Libraries, community centers, museums, schools. We have some going in hotels. Yeah. But you get 3 free sessions for yourself. They're not free. I get paid from the FMO IAMS, but for you, there's no cost. Retirement Boss Radio. Yeah. Tell you what, being on an hour radio show and getting in leads from that, and there's set appointments, by the call center. They're a recorded show, but about a third of those are Social Security related. We coach you up free, and then 4 coaching sessions. If you just don't want any marketing, or you can't afford the seminars. I mean, seminars are $2,950, very reasonable. Radio is going to run somewhere between, say, $3,500 and $4,500 a month is pretty much average. Yeah, but for $800, you can just get coached up on Social Security. All of those are by me. All of those you can continue to use me with any Social Security questions as much as you want. There's an old slogan that says, procrastination is my sin. It brings me constant sorrow. I really shouldn't practice it. Perhaps I'll stop. And tomorrow never comes. If you heard something today and you said, you know what? Maybe I could learn something from that guy, Dave Pimper. Maybe I need to get more appointments. Maybe I'll think about seminars, or I've never thought about radio, but getting in front of more people. I mean, Steve is he's going to agree with this. I mean, the reason I have success is because if I have a couple, 3, 4 in a row that tell me no, I'm bound to get a yes pretty soon. It's like that old joke about a pony. I mean, that sitting in manure. That's the joke about the gal is she's standing in it, and why are you smiling? And I know there's a pony here somewhere. I mean, with seminars, there's appointments there with business waiting to be written. So if you mark yes on that, Drake will give you a call in the next, probably today, if not first thing in the morning, and we're going to line up a time. He's got my schedule of 15, 20 minutes, kind of what you're doing, how Social Security maybe could impact your business, or maybe one of the marketing programs that I coach and I support all through IAMS. IAMS, I mean, the more money you make, the more money IAMS makes. They make an override from your business, not paid from you, but paid from the company, from the insurance company. So let's go in. It's a win-win situation. So, Steve, I'm going to turn this over to you, answer any questions, and then we'll button this up.
Perfect, Dave. There actually are a couple of questions. The first, wasn't the first one on the list, but probably the easiest one for you to answer is a personal question. Are you going to wait until you're 70 to claim your Social Security benefits?
Yes, I am.
Are you?
Absolutely. Yeah, I am. Are you, Steve? Are you going to wait to 70?
Gosh, I'm so young, Dave. I don't even want to think about that.
Yeah, you're 60. Isn't that funny though? Because you're not retiring yet. You're going to be around for a while. But you're right. But you know what? You've thought about it. I mean, we've talked. I mean, but it's way down the road. But you know what? Pretty soon, it's not way down the road. And then all of a sudden, you say, "Hey, what should I do?" But no, I absolutely am. I mean, my benefit grew, Steve, in 2 years, $900. And I have a $3,000 full retirement age benefit at 66 years and 2 months. But someone would say, I don't have a 3,000, Dave. I just got a 1,500. Well, yours wouldn't have grown 9. It'd have grown 450. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm telling you, that's real money for the rest of your life. And if I kick the bucket, who gets all that money? Amy, my wife. So she's all in favor of me waiting. You know what? If you're 65, statistically, actuarially, and you're married, one of you has a 47% chance that you will live to the age 95. And my family is a great example. Dad died at 82. Mom's 99 and doing fine. She dates a 99-year-old. I mean, and they're how long does Social Security pay you? They pay you for for all of your life, and if you have a spouse and they live longer and your benefits bigger, they'll pay them, i.e., my mom, for the rest of your life. So yeah, I'm gonna let mine grow and grow and grow. It's gonna be about a $4,800 or $4,700 benefit by the time inflation is all figured on in. By the time I'm 70, and if I die, Amy gets that benefit if I die first. I don't want to, but I probably will. It's a big deal. It's a great wealth transfer, by having money in that Social Security system.
Dave, when shouldn't someone wait to age 70? If you were talking to a client in their situation would be such and such, would that situation be where you'd say, hey, yeah, you should start claiming as soon as possible?
You know what? Which is it is not true. Social Security is not going broke. That's a horrible reason. But I mean, this is not a good reason. But someone's just hell bent because they truly believe Social Security is just going broke. I mean, there's not much you can do there. But I will say this: if your health's not very good, the break even is going to be somewhere between 78 and age 81. If you don't think you're going to live that long, no, you should take it earlier. How about that? How about that? That money could really help you pay for bills. You really need the money. That's another real good reason. But the worst reason is being ignorant. I mean, that doesn't mean there's some of the smartest people in the world, but they're not smart about all subjects. And who the heck out there on the average person is smart about Social Security? Not many. 2,700 rules. And Steve, I'm around it every day, and I know the big major rules, but do I know 2,700 rules? Of course I don't. It's a complicated subject. So the good reason to let it, like myself, I'm in good shape. I think I'll live a long time. If not, then it will go to my wife, which is wonderful. Would I pass? If I pass first, I probably will. Second thing is I'm still working. I don't need the money. If I wasn't working, I would absolutely take from my investments. I'm guaranteed 8% above full retirement age per year. Where can you get a government guarantee of 8%, Steve?
Nowhere.
Thank you. Nowhere. That's exactly right. So you bet. Those are the reasons to take early, but being uninformed is not a good reason.
Dave, you mentioned $29.50 for a Social Security seminar. I had 2 or 3 people pop up questions regarding that pricing. What do you get for that price? Can you go over that in a little bit more detail?
You get me. And that's the big difference of a lot of programs out there. Steve, you know this, and you got other programs that are on the docket. I mean, you got on the platform, but having a coach, having someone walk you through, coach you through with Social Security, having someone that if you got questions down the road, as long as you're contracted to do business IAMs, you can use me forever. And I get calls, maybe not daily, but I get multiple calls each week on coaching clients and hey, how about this? Or, I mean, because when you get up on the net, you might get different answers. I mean, I can tell you, and if I don't know the answer, which happens once in a while, not very often, but once in a while, I go up on the program's operational manuals systems website, the POMS website, which is the internal platform for Social Security. But $29.50, you get my presentation. I mean, it's customized. I put it together myself. 44 slides. You get a video of myself giving it. You get all of everything we hand out. You get 3 coaching sessions on Social Security, just like Greg B. He knows Social Security pretty well. And I said, would you want coaching? And he said, well, you know what? He said, I do. He said, it's been a while since I've done Social Security. I want to make sure I'm updated on things. And he asked who pays for that. And I said, IAMS. IAMS pays me to coach you. So thank you, Steve. It helps the people make decisions. But $2,950, that's pretty darn competitive out there in the marketplace. We guarantee 35 attendees will sign up. Now, they may not attend, but they'll sign up. Okay? And then we kind of have a system. We have a new new texting system too, Steve. As you know, that's part of the program. And text seems to be getting much better responses than email. So that's all part of that program. So there's a lot involved, but there's someone you can talk to coach you through, and really keep you out of those those ruts that a lot of people get into when they're doing seminars.
So you get for the 2950, you get coaching on Social Security, you get coaching on doing the Social Security seminar, you get 35 registrants, which actually we talked about this at the offset. That's a minimum, and we've had people, as Dave
Oh my gosh.
said, we kind of hesitate to say the numbers right now because the numbers are really, really good right now. I think there's a lot of pent up desire out there, but might you get 60 to 70 registered attendees? Yes.
Yeah, and I would say, you know what? Yeah, you know what? But if we can act, and then you know what? Facebook's not. That's what we do. Facebook's not quite as sticky as what like mailed, but mailing is just so much more expensive. I use strictly Facebook. We got a real good vendor for it. And so what happens is we want to walk away and get 10 appointments or more. If we get 10 appointments or more, we're really pleased. My last Social Security seminar, which was last month, I got 16 set appointments. How nice is that? You don't have to hound them. I mean, they're coming in. I mean, you call them and verify the appointment, but that's one of the beauties of this. This is much more like duck hunting than pheasant hunting. Pheasant hunting, you're stomping out in the fields with dogs and you're flushing them up and hope the pheasant's there. Ducks, you got a good lake, good blind, good decoys, and a good dog, and then you just call them in. That's what you do when you're seminar. You're calling them in through Facebook marketing, and then they call in or they email in. They register, through Facebook. And Steve, I'm amazed how many people look at Facebook. That's why
I am too. Just because we don't use it doesn't mean other people don't.
I don't use it as much. I mean, I see my ads on there and stuff, but I'm not. But there's people that are on it a lot because otherwise we can get so many people to sign up. So I just never thought it'd work like this, but I'm an old guy, but you got to learn new things, and Facebook marketing it's hot right now. It's really working.
Yeah, it's working really well. And we here at IAMS, we're doing everything we can right now to help our producers get in front of more clients because you have to go back 25 years to find an annuity sales environment as good as what we have right now, with rates where they are, with market volatility where it's at, with the demographics. The people naturally 60 plus are looking for a safer, looking to more conserve their investments than they are to grow their investments at that age. So our products and what you have to offer fit there better than ever. So the more people that you're in front of, the more sales that you're going to make. And what some people struggle with, and Dave, you might talk about this for a minute because I know it comes up a lot after the fact, is some people struggle with, hey, I got my 17 appointments and everything went smooth on the first appointment, but I didn't convert to the next appointment. And I know that you had that come up on your first seminar as well, and you pretty quickly addressed that. You might talk about how important that is to convert to the second and the third appointment and how you've gone about doing that.
Some people don't have problems, but I tell you what happens is I've got it's a 3-session sales process coaching, and you pay for that. You pay $600. But what happens is that when we touch upon transitioning in the regular coaching, but if you really want to get into the weeds, what do I do that first appointment? How do I handle the fact finder? How do I actually find the money and get that money committed? And then how do I close on that? I mean, a lot of people take advantage of that because think about $600, Steve. You need to close about $10,000 more of a fixed index annuity, just one little thing. And I will say something, and not to be product oriented, because the field market organization, i.e. IAMS, that's what they do. They know product. I mean, not that I don't know some, but I'm a coach. I mean, I'm not product oriented, but I will tell you this. This is how good at times we are with fixed index annuities. Steve, as you know, my mainstay is a 1-year S&P, point to point. Pretty simple. But the one I'm using right now, it's got a 6% bailout cap. Bailout. You can bail out within 30 days of each anniversary date and have no surrender charges if it pierces down below 6%. Well, you know what? Let's say it's 5.75%. That's still a really good cap historically. You know, that's
Mhm.
how interestingly high caps are right now. And you say it's the highest in 25 years. I will say this. I mean, you've been in the fixed index longer than I have, which has been about 17, 18 years. But has there ever been higher caps ever? Has there ever been higher like S&P caps than right now, Steve?
I don't think so. I go back to some of those first policies that we wrote back in 95-ish and trying to remember how those were set up. And some of them were like you get 80% of the S&P, which you can't find right now. But as far as just
No.
a straight cap, I don't think they've ever been
Yeah.
higher. I don't think I've ever
Right.
seen right now. Our highest S&P
Right.
cap is 15%. Annual point to point cap, 15%. That's our highest cap
That's
right now, which
is that That's just ridiculous. Well, anyway, but we'll say what happens. In all the product is great, but you know what? You got to get in front of people, and that's
yeah.
what seminar marketing does. That's what
Mhm.
Retirement Boss Radio could do. But knowing Social Security, it gives you an edge that most advisors don't have. And if you're working the pre-retired or just retired crowd like I do, you're working with a lot of rollover money. You're working with a lot of IRAs and Roth IRAs. You're just working with people who are transitioning from more accumulation to preservation distribution. It just really fits. It just fits very, very well. And I'd love for you to mark yes on that so we could talk. So if you mark yes, expect a call. Certainly take it from Drake, and we'll talk. And I'm looking forward to talking to a lot of folks.
Perfect. We do not send out these PowerPoint presentations, but we do record these webinars. So if you want to go back and listen to this webinar, which is a couple of you, I think that's really what you want to do is go back and go over some of the Social Security information that Dave passed along. You can do that via recording. You just go to our website. It's www.iamsinc.com. And maybe I'll take you there before we're done here, but you go to there, go to the YouTube icon, click on that, and you'll see probably over 150, 200 webinars there. And this one will be up on the YouTube channel by probably the end of the day. But the one that we did last week, very similar to this, is already there. So you could go back and listen to that one if you wanted to, or if you want to wait until tomorrow to listen to this one, you can do that too, right on our YouTube channel. And you can reference those at any time. They're out there for you to help you. That's what we're about here at IAMS, is trying to help you get the information you need to be effective with your clients and to get in front of more clients, because when you're successful, we're successful. So that's our goal, and that's what we're going to do. If you have some questions, you can certainly give us a call here at the office. It's 800-255-5055. When you call, you can ask for myself. I'm one of the owners here. My name is Steve Murray, but we got a staff of about 60 people. And the idea is that when you call, you're going to get a live answer, and it should be within just a couple rings. So you're getting a quick live answer, somebody ready to help you at 800-255-5055. And that's not just today, it's every day for the past 36 years. So that's what we're here for, to help you grow your business. Dave, I don't see any more questions, and we just have one or two people that haven't voted, and of those that have, like all but one of them want to have a conversation with you. So
Great.
I would call
Yeah.
that a smart group, in my opinion. I think this is a very good subject to have expertise in, whether you want to do seminars or whether you want to do radio or whether you just want to help your current clients or whether you want to. What makes you, I think, more referable than Social Security knowledge? I just don't know what that is right now, because so obviously, based on the response that we get to our Facebook ads, it's an area of very high interest. And when we're sending out ads and say, come join us for a seminar, we're not saying, come and join us for a seminar with a steak. We're saying, come and join us for a seminar. We might have, water there for you. They're coming for the
Yeah.
information because they want it. So that's the kind of seminar that you want to be involved in. Give us a call here at the office. For those of you that haven't voted and you're still curious, certainly don't hesitate to give us a ring. We'd love to help you. I'm just going to do a quick check and see if we have any other questions here. By the way, we had a lot of people in this group that were responding to your questions, and largely This is a smart group. They did have the questions right. But if you have any other questions that maybe we haven't answered here today and you haven't made an appointment with Dave, you should. If it's a question you have for someone here at IAMS, just give us a call. We'll get it answered as quickly as possible. With that, I am going to close out that poll, and we're going to get you all out of here, I think, right about on time. Dave, thank you for your time today. I appreciate you taking a few minutes with us, more than a few minutes with us, to give us your vast knowledge on Social Security and making available some assistance and help along the way to help them grow their business. Never has there been a better time, and hopefully they all take advantage of it. But I want to thank you. Thank you all today as well, our participants today. Big group, smart group, and that's great. Let us know what we can do to help you. You have our number, 800-255-5055. Thank you for joining us on a busy Tuesday morning. Good luck as you finish out your sales week. Good luck getting in front of more prospects, and good luck with your closing appointments. And thank you for joining us today. Have a great day.
Okay, thanks everybody. Have a good one. Bye-bye.